That notwithstanding, the digital space is prone to varying cyber attacks, and this must be a concern for everyone. In October 2021, Interpol reported that cybercrime reduced the GDP of African countries by more than 10%, which was an equivalent of $4.12 billion. In Ghana, there has been an increase in cyber-related incidents and crimes due to the over-reliance on information communications technology.
The West African Examinations Council has reported 23 suspected cases of impersonation in the ongoing West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination to the police. The council has since described the development as worrying, noting that such cases have been on the increase in this year's examination. Because school authorities failed to identify those avoided individuals in the exam halls.
The examination body, before the start of the 2022 WASSCE, announced measures to curtail examination malpractices. Yet, there has been a series of examination malfeasances in the ongoing WASSCE due to increasing high-level technology, including people who secretly impersonate candidates. Having someone impersonate, either in person or electronically, is a serious academic offense. Both the individual impersonated and the impersonator are subject to sanctions. Speaking at a press briefing on Friday, the head of public affairs at WAEC, Agnes Kujo, urged school authorities to fish out any impersonators even before they are allowed into the examination room. She added that there are several syndicate cheating cases in schools where teachers extort money from candidates and provide answers to them in the examination halls.
Impersonation cases are on the increase in this year's WASSCE. This is a worrying phenomenon because this is a school examination and school authorities should be able to identify their candidates and to be able to fish out any impersonators even before they are allowed into the examination rooms. As of today, 23 suspected impersonation cases from the following schools have been reported to the police: Vika Trust SHS Kaswa 3, St. John SHS Asante Bekwai 2, Winners SHS in Koko 1, Sunyani Business College 1, Mokoko SHS in Koko 1, and Prince Boateng SHS in Sawam 15. Cases from the following schools.
Now, the Member of Parliament for the Bolgatanga Central Constituency, Isaac Adungu, has assured the completion of the construction of maternal health facilities in the Nkokoyo and Kalio district to improve healthcare delivery in the area. The MP assured during a visit to the area to inspect the construction works.
The origination of this project started during the campaign period, and I noticed that particularly in this part of the constituency, the women in particular kept complaining about midwifery services. And afterwards, I had engagement with the then Director of Health Services for the constituency, and he iterated that the people needed to be provided with these services, and it was very difficult. And in some instances, they had actually posted midwives to the communities without the facilities. So we agreed to phase it out. So we agreed on the initial 2 of them, one located at Calbion where we went, which the estimate would undertake about 226 deliveries in a year. And this community in Koko, which will take about 96. Of course, if you have almost 300 women struggling to find delivery services, then maternal health becomes a major problem. And no woman should die in the course of giving birth to life. And we have a responsibility as leaders of the community to assist them have safe delivery and family planning services. So that's the reason we had to put up these 2 facilities. Then when we began this, then we realized that the midwives don't have a place to stay because the facility here is not fit for purpose. So I directed that they should get the engineer to package it so we can award that also on contract, so the 2 can be done at the same time.
Poor Poor maternal health delivery in developing areas results in more maternal deaths during pregnancy, childbirth, or within a few weeks of delivery. This is partly due to the unavailability and low utilization of maternal health care services in limited resource settings. For Nkokoyo and Kalio districts, pregnant women, expectant mothers, and health personnel in the area have lamented the poor nature of a cheap compound inefficiently serving the two communities. The lack of a maternal ward at the facility forces expectant mothers to travel several miles before they have access to maternal care.
If we are coming to deliver, the time that we are pregnant, some of us we are here, and if they take you to circle clinic, after there some deliver in house, some we will not reach there, and we deliver at the. So the reason why we want clinic, it affects us a lot of things.
Regarding the issues of our delivery room, in fact, we are facing a lot of challenges because the room we use for delivery is too small. It's too small. So sometimes after delivering, where the nursing mother should wait before recovering them, the discharge is a big challenge. So these are the challenges we are facing.
Well, the coalition of unemployed registered nurse assistants have threatened to picket at Jubilee House Ministries of Finance and Health for the failure to ensure that members are posted to health facilities. The 2019 year group has stayed out of employment for 3 years, leading to some taking up menial jobs for survival. Members of the group at a press conference wore red arms and headbands to register their displeasure at the government.
We are calling all stakeholders and the general public to see to it that and do the necessary processes for us to be get posted. We also, by this release, give an ultimatum of 1 week. We give the government only 1 week, and all the ministry responsible for our delay of the posting. So that is the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Health. They should all see to it and release our data to the agencies for further posting process, or we will left no option than to share with them at their offices. Our total population is 10,770. And we have been home for 3 good years after completions, while we don't undergo any national service. And we are gradually learning the knowledge and skills acquired from what we learned in our institution. Currently, we are going through a lot because majority of us are breadwinners of our families. Leadership of the coalition has made several follow-ups and engagement to the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Finance, and the various stakeholders and several agencies. But our plight has not been addressed, with the recent one being on 6th day of September, where we went to the Ministry of Finance and then we engaged them, but since we have not heard anything.
Away from that, let's now focus in the Bono East region, where the chief and resident of Insunya, a community in the Fechiman South municipality of the Bono East region, have called for the government support over the lack of social amenities in the area. According to them, access to healthcare, portable drinking water, and a road network has become a challenge for natives of the community.
Yes, so I will monkey to school kind of so what? Bedruano, Natchez, Nkranon Kitan, the Mutminko school, or Metmarco school, this a free says yes, I could not Metmarco school. Necessary to say a new hospital, ya will bring him cranas or bed or bewa. Want me and call this are Unya Boboya, when Yaboboya, Wunya Kappa Biodo, but I was so say, because I wouldn't bedruana.
The sooner Kuro as Sopa, Kura Procassia.
na pipe no wa ba ko pe no mo te ban pipe no ye kwan ne wa ansa na ye nsora no pa e beba nsuo ne beba no mo wo ha no o ma je pipe na ye ma o sire kura bubi kura akoma ba dware ko school a mo te o so mo
tenka ban kura boa ye de ka kura wo ye nsua ha ya nka ebe boa ye se na esi wo mu kura ebe kwa na se be duru ba bi nka ese wo friti 2 years ana 1 year se nka ese wo ko school wo nya school bi anko nti ye sra ban pa ye ho kire wa ha
be se beto abakura bi ko ye kwa ne nye ye ba he kwan pa mu nam so amda beto ye nsuo ba ko pe na matunu wa ha enyina afiri soro ho esan ba ha gina esan nsuo ba ko aseofo ka ho na esan nsuo di aho kire de ka se ye ho kire na eboa ye wa ho kire mpa wo he kura anka nye kuro ketwa enka ne nyina to abaso mu ya no bia no matwe eja.
All these are challenges facing the Insunya community. Despite their population, these challenges remain a barrier to their development despite their contribution to the country's economic growth. A closer look at the government's Year of Rose agenda has revealed deep inequalities at rural communities, particularly farming communities like Insunya, lack motorable roads. According to the chief, Nana Yeboah Godfrey, the unfortunate development is not witnessing any sign of improvement despite assurance from the government.
If you say, ya kwan na aban bia akoma so. Ye kwan sua kwan no de obehu se. Obi ka ho asem na bia oye manyoni a obepe nipa na bavutu ama no. Em se kwan no ntira ma still ye ho nyanto yesa ka ukoba bi na hu se kwan da so kama. Se wonim ho kra na obefa wawe. Ba se de kwan te ka bia mpeso obefa so.
He also called on the government to provide the community with an education facility, since children in the community trek long distance before they get access to education.
School na yebe sunsun ho no so ye si for the community na e wosoro ho no adiesu asunsu na nsua no yakwa no wa ansa na ba school mo diese nkenya asase kakra me metima nya asase a senka deke bi kura no mbeya nanka mama o mabeye selwa ya nkura no mbetimi enya isi nkura no wani be 5-6 years a ontimi nante makwa ho ma school.
Nana Yeboah also appealed for a health facility in the community to ensure proper health care for the people.
Say esi abeno ka se oba bi nyem na se edne ba fia na nya wia se taxi driver bi obetimi akwa onya ka bi ama ne mefa no obi be wo a tim ko fa nipa se ka ko fa mra ma ne mewo no eja we di ba bi kra na akoye basa hospital bi eni ho clinic bi eni ho.
Later to come, the Pene community in the Sagnarigu municipality has expressed worry over the deplorable nature of roads linking their community to other parts of the municipality. There is more coming up, don't go away. You welcome back. Now, the chief of Mesidani in the Tachimai North District of the Bono East region, Nana Kwesi Brimpon II, has indicated effort his outfit is putting in place to deal with present economic and human development challenges in the Mesidani traditional area. According to him, the move will strengthen the attributes and abilities that will help people flourish in life. He was speaking during this year's Yam Festival celebration at Mesidani.
Human development is an important area of study. Research shows that people can improve their lives and well-being at any age of enhancing their human abilities through positive relationships, experiences, and opportunities. Speaking during the celebration of this year's Yam Festival at Mesidani, the chief, Nana Kwesi Brimpon II, said it has become imperative to ensure the development of his people by educating them on alternatives to improve their lives.
Like I said, development, yeah, was suku adan and answer adan yesisi abayan normal wasisi, but yeah, human development. And no so na me to one among say yetima mufono ye mudie. Sabi ye nimdie ye nkasaye ye ne nipa nsa wosudie ye ne nipa kasaye ne said mpuntu bebam nti human development so yeguso a ye ho adwuma a yetima bufo na nyina no ya na nyina dodo nso nyina education ti yeguso a yetumpon said be education ye bekoye nim.
The Yam Festival is celebrated throughout the Tichman traditional area by the chiefs and people of the region. The festival is normally celebrated on Fridays and continues for some days till it reaches its climax. During the festival, music and dancing are key features. The atmosphere is one of joy and energy as everyone heads out into the streets to celebrate. Nana Kwesi Twibrempong II expressed his optimism that this year's festival will bring additional development to the Mesedan township.
The year can say fashion inquiry, the nature say Mesedan washa yes impuntu kwanswa no. Mesedan ABA and a mood trepa until you say in next year 2023 in by the no. Now Babambu Mesedan Sononko. Muhunu mpuntu sononko nanka me ahimfia me ye kura no na chese metimi awie yakwan ya mofa so ba ye nanka kutaru guso ye health center na de chekwa.
The Penny community in the Sagnarigu municipality has expressed worry over the deplorable nature of roads linking their community to other parts of the municipality. According to the residents of Penny, including women traders, the bad nature of the road was impeding socio-economic activities in the area. They say commercial vehicles hardly come to their community, thereby compelling them to walk long distances. The residents say several complaints made to the management of the Sagnarigu Municipality Assembly regarding the deplorable roads in the area had all fallen on deaf ears. Some community members who spoke said Penny is always cut off whenever it rained heavily.
You observe the road and see, and every day they have been talking about it, and nobody's looking at our face. If you just ask, they'll say, oh, they give it to contract, and but actually, up to now, no, there's no any contractor come.
You can see the road. The road is very bad, and even going to a Sagnarigu Municipal Assembly is very dangerous. You can see cars passing. I don't know why the authority is just what do you call it, reluctant to do the work for us. Looking at the Penny community.
Child abuse and neglect are serious public health problems that have a long-term impact on health, opportunity, and well-being. Child abuse and neglect are complex problems rooted in unhealthy relationships and environment. Well, it's time to bring you the latest in the world of sports.
Hello, good morning. It's now time for sports. Let's do the headlines. The Brazilian national team have arrived in France ahead of their friendly against the Black Stars of Ghana. Tamale City have dismissed Emmanuel Cote for gross indiscipline at the camp of the team. The details of these stories return after the break. Welcome back. Let's now do the details of the stories. In the final of the OFC Futsal Cup 2022 in the Fiji Arena in the Vodafone Solomon's Island took on New Zealand, and at the end of the game, New Zealand won by 6 goals to 2. Now, in our next story, players called up by the Brazilian national team have arrived in France ahead of their friendly against the Black Stars of Ghana. The following Black Stars players have arrived in camp with more expected to come soon. Abdul Manaf Nuruddin, Joseph Wallacott, Tariq Lamte, Stephen Ambrosius, Dennis Odoy, Joseph Edu, Inaki Williams, Gideon Mensah, Baba Rahman, Alexander Jiku, Elisha Ousu, Ali Duseidu, Thomas Pate, Isahaku Abdul Fatah, Mohamed Kudus, Suleimana Kamaldin, Daniel Kofichire, Jordan Ayu, Andre Ayu, Idrisu Baba, Daniel Afriye Bane, Osman Bukari, Antoine Semenyo, Ransford Yeboah. The players expected to arrive soon are Mohamed Salisu, Daniel Amate, Felix Afenajan, and then Richard Ofori. Now, in our next story, Luis Henrique says that he did not hand call up to Nico Williams in order to prevent him from playing for the Black Stars of Ghana.
Nico Williams was being called up because Spain wanted to block his opportunity of ever playing for Ghana. Now, head coach Luis Enrique has dismissed that suggestion that Nico Williams has been handed a call up for the national team to avoid him playing for the Black Stars. And our Ghanaians were hopeful of getting Nico to also switch nationality to play for Ghana at some point in time after completing the necessary requirements to snap up their senior brother Iñaki Williams. Iñaki played for La Roja in 2016 after representing Spain's under 18 and under 21 teams before finally agreeing to play for the Black Stars in 2022. In an interview ahead of the friendlies, Enrique revealed his decisions to call up Nico Williams while rejecting claims of trying to block a possible move to switch to Ghana. "I'm not doing this to stop him from playing for Ghana. He's very young and an interesting player," he said, as quoted by The Guardian. "He's playing more often with Athletic now. He's progressing wonderfully. I like him enormously. We've had him in the junior squad and have been following him for a long time. I reckon the family will be delighted. Imagine the party if the both of them go to the World Cup and they reach the final. Well, that would be the absolute business. Both Iñaki and Nico scored for the first time in 42 times they have played together over the weekend, defeating Rayo Vallecano in the Spanish La Liga. Head coach.
Now in our next story, former Kumasi Asante Kotoko captain Ismail Abdul Ganiu has joined Iraqi outfit Al Talaba on a free transfer after terminating his contract with the Pokupan Warriors few weeks ago. He commenced pre-season camping but had to leave the team base in Accra. He has inked a year contract with Al Talaba with an option of 1 more year. The centre-back joined Asante Kotoko SC in 2018 from Karela United, where he rose to become Kotoko captain following the exit of goalkeeper Felix Annan. Ganiu was an integral member of the Reds team that won the 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League title on the mark of their 24th league title. Now we take a look at some of the results of the Bet Power Premier League games. King Faisal scored 2 and then Adriana Stars netted 3 goals and Samatex 1, Brecum Chelsea 1. Now to our next story. Tamale City have suspended and dismissed their player Emmanuel Kote from camp as a result of gross indiscipline towards management, technical team and members, and then the colleagues of his team. That's how we draw the curtains down on sports. My name is Robert Konye. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome back and thank you very much, Vincent, for the sports update. Let's now take a recap of the top stories. The Special Purpose Police Intelligence and Investigation teams have discovered a dead body in the shallow grave at Bamahu, a suburb of Wa. Also, the Cybersecurity Authority has called on Ghanaians to be cybersecurity conscious amid the recent global cyber incident. The Member of Parliament for the Bolgatanga Central constituency has assured the completion of the construction of maternal health facilities in the Nkokoyo and Kalio district. Well, that brings us to the end of the Wake Up News with me, Sandra Edu-Brian. Coming up next is Yes Say No Say. Thank you so much for your time.